to Let's Play Betrayal at Krondor. This is my first Let's Play, so you'll have to bear with me while I get used to the ropes and everything. I've been watching Let's Plays for a year, 2 years or so, and I finally decided to give it a try myself. This game is near and dear to my heart, even though I've only completed up to chapter 3 or chapter 4. There are 9 chapters in all. I will be attempting to do this without using a FAQ. I'll walk through. If I get lost and I need to, I will look at one and not make you guys watch through as I wander aimlessly around trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do. I will read, try to voice act. Might not work out very well. We'll see. I will only read the story, the important parts. Some of the, well, you'll see when we get to them. And, alright now, let's give this a shot. Chapter 1, Into a Dark Night. Blood-soaked rags collected at the boy's feet. One by one he tended the wincing soldier's purple wounds. Stitched, salved, bandaged, did what little he could in the leaping, golden halo of firelight. Fortunately for his roadside patient, he could do more than most. Fingers slick with alum ointment, he worked fervently to tie off a catgut cord, then brushed the injury with a light touch that to the untrained eye would seem only a friendly pat. Others would recognize the telltale hand gesture as a magical ward against infection. Done, Owen sighed, wiping a hand in a rust-colored cloth. No guarantees, though. The stitches may hold all the way to Lamont, and then again, push too hard and you could be bleeding like a stuck pig on Midsummer's. You did fine, Locklear replied, smiling approval before rolling down his sleeve. It'll scar, but it's good for a noble reputation. Lets the kingdom folk know he isn't resting on his laurels, and it impresses the ladies. I'll be sure to look you up in Tyburn if I ever need stitching up again. The boy accepted the compliment with a humble nod while he packaged away the rest of his medical supplies. His thoughts focused instead on a third man who slumped in the shadows across from them. Despite the manacles that bound the stranger's hands, and the distance that separated them, the boy felt dreadfully exposed, his avenues of escape limited should Locklear's elven-looking prisoner decide to liberate himself. What did he do? Owen whispered, jerking his head towards the man. Gorath? Let's just say he had the disadvantage of being at the wrong place at the wrong time, Locklear said cautiously. He snatched a greenish apple out of his knapsack, offering one to Owen. I have to take him to Krondor. Did he kill someone? Owen asked. No. He attacked you? The senior wiped apple juice from his mouth, shook his head. No, not exactly. Well, who cut you up then? Before Locklear could reply, Gorath leapt forward, his chains writhing between his wrists like metallic vipers. Get out from underfoot, Owen, assassin in the camp. Do not struggle so, Heseth. I wish to keep you alive, but be glad I do not. The goddess of death will show you greater mercy. Now, you'll have to pardon any sound glitches. It's an issue with DOSBox. These are the things that I won't be reading, just not related in any way, shape, or form to the storyline. One thing about this game is rations. You must always inspect rations before you pick them up. They can be poisoned, spoiled, and perhaps other things. I'm kind of forget about all the details in the game. Another thing, chests. They can be trapped. Owen has a nice little spell, knowing that the effects would be invisible to all but himself. Owen explained until it was off a booted sentence. Bookmarks. There we go. Gorath seemed distant, though the Mordril warrior didn't appear grieved about killing the assassin that had followed them from the Northlands. His eyes had a baleful look in them that seemed somewhat between hatred and rage. Several times he glanced back at the corpse that lay behind them in the dust, his thoughts unguessable from his expression. "Do you wish to bury him? We could do that." "It is not our way. I am simply somewhat disturbed that he should come after me. He was a kinsman. There are other things that trouble me as well. Delican's assistants are slow but not altogether stupid. Another like a Seth and you'll only have my corpse to drag it for you, Prince Arutha." "Sorry, but you don't get off that easy. As long as you are under my command, you are forbidden to die, Mordril. I've gone too much trouble keeping you alive to bury you now. It's time that we took the chains off you. It'll be far easier for you to defend yourself if your hands are free to swing a sword again." "You're not just going to set him free, are you? I thought you said he was your prisoner." "He is my prisoner, Owen, but if the circumstances are terribly complicated, even if he chose to sneak off, he'd be lucky to make it to the next town alive. This is the third such assassin we've run into since we left the Northlands, and I have a feeling that more will be waiting for us. He will be much safer with me and I with him. As the boy would be, if he were to whisper the wrong word in the wrong ear, he could easily be the death of us." "Me? Who am I going to talk to? I'm not even heading in the same direction." "It wouldn't be a matter of who you talk to, Owen. There will be ears listening for a word of a Mordril traveling with a noble." "Damnation. I should have thought about this when you entered camp. For the time being, you're my squire. Once we have arrived safely at the palace, you'll be free to go your own way." "But I have pressing business in Tibern." "This is not a subject of debate. We must get to Krondor. My mission is of critical importance, and I don't have time to improvise an easy solution. The only other possible option would be to slit your throat and leave you dying. I've absolutely no desire to do that. Now let's get moving before Telegan's assassins catch our scent again. They'll likely come looking when Seth doesn't return from his mission." Alright, right now, I'm going to cut the video off, and return in a moment.